well, Ayo, thank you for that. Let me quickly say that the situation has not changed. It remains the same in Ogun State. But the 2-week extension is a welcome development for the government and the people of the state, especially residents of areas that have not received their PVC. For instance, the whole of Shagamu local government. The local government has 16 political wards there. And out of these 16 political wards, only 5 wards, people in the 5 wards, only that 5 wards, that is the area that they only have their PVC.
The whole of Shagamu?
10 wards. Hello, yes, for Shagamu. The remaining 10 wards, they are still expecting their cards. And the sad thing about this thing is that INEC has not come out to admit that they have alien cards in Ogun State. INEC insists that those cards, because as we speak, we have more than 500,000 cards spread across Ogun State, waiting for collection. But people are saying whenever they go to their polling unit and to the collection center, when they get there, they see cards that does not belong to them. And the governor has been saying this. He said it a few days ago. Again, currently, the commission has been able to distribute more than 800,000, according to INEC. 800,000 PVC out of a total figure of 1,795,794 registered voters across the state. If we deduct the number of PVC distributed so far from the figures of eligible voters, we will be having something like 44% distribution level as we speak. But the commission in the state claims that it would only it will only remove the number of cards distributed from the number of PVC received from Abuja. And if we should do that, it means that we have about 63% of cards distributed across the state. Do you understand the analogy?
Yes, Kazim. Jide is standing by, and others that will standing by to ask you questions.
Okay, I'm on.
Now, I just want you to update our viewers about the community's worst hit. Communities worst hit by this problem.
Well, I will tell you that in E15 local government, we have many areas. The Ishati, the Denro, the Yakoyo areas.
Yes.
And in Shagamu local government, more than half of the local government, the whole of Shagamu, more than half of Shagamu local government, they are still expecting their PVC. When we now move to the west, the Meko-Afon areas, the Meko-Afon, the Afon town and coast, they are still expecting their cards. So Ogun State is badly affected, sincerely. It's badly affected. But, you know, the Independent National Electoral Commission has not come out to admit that, well, this is our fault and this is the way we intend to tackle this thing. Because as I'm telling you now, if we do simple arithmetic of taking more than 500,000 cards waiting for collection and the remaining 420-something thousand that we are still expecting from Abuja, we are having about 900,000 cards that are yet to be collected by their original owners, the eligible voters. And we have the total figure of registered voter in Ogun State is just 1,795,000. And we have about 900,000 that people don't have access to. So it means that something is seriously wrong in Ogun State. And I want to assume that we have cards, more than 500,000 cards, that does not belong to, according to the governor as he's been claiming. I want to believe that it seems his claim is genuine. Because if we have almost 600,000 or 500,000 cards that has been there for more than 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and people have not collected the card, it means that something is wrong. Although the commission claims that it only has about 21 cards belonging to Edo State cards. But
okay, Kazim.
Hello?
Kazim.
Hello, yes?
Yes, I'm particularly interested in the area you said are badly affected because where I live falls under this area. And I'm aware that people in my area are complaining seriously.
Which area is that?
Akute, other area for local government, which he mentioned. Like I told, about 200,000 in my community have been disenfranchised. I am one of them. But at the same time, some of them were able to take part in the fresh registration in November or December.
Yeah.
And for the benefit of those people who are watching this program from that area,
Yeah.
can you get the rec to give them the assurance, or if they are sending assurance that those cards they are expecting, some of them belong to these people in this community because they have lost hope. But we want to know if it's possible for them that the cards that INEC in Lagos, in Ogun is expecting from headquarters, that some of them belong to these people in Akute, Lambe, Yakoyo, and Denro side. Over 200,000 voters.
Within the frame of 2
stand
weeks.
the risk of being disfranchised. So you can ask these people so that maybe when you come on this project again, these people will be rest assured that they are going to take part in the elections.
Anyway, let me quickly say this. I was at a particular function earlier today where one of the senior officers of the INEC in Ogun State, Leo Nke Dife, actually promised that the state INEC will receive another batch of cards in this week. And of course, the state government has also promised from the government side that immediately the card gets to Ogun State, they will declare work-free days so that people will have access to the card. But I'm not in a position to assure the people of Denro, just the Akute area. But of course, we will try to get across to INEC in state to see what they are doing to ensure that the remaining 400 and something thousand cards
Thank you, Kazim.
get to the people of the state.
Kazim, let me thank you. Let me thank you for that contribution. Jide, now we know that the situation has not changed. Since we x-rayed Ogun State situation 2-3 weeks back, Ogun State is still recording 44% out of 1.7 million registered voters. We just have little over 800,000 people that have collected their permanent voter card. What is this situation all about?
You see, the point I want to stress is that this is not the fault of our people.
Definitely.
Nobody should say, oh, they refuse to go and pick their vote.
500,000 alien cards.
Alien
in
cards,
circulation.
alien cards,
And
one,
even for
and
people
then
not
more than
produced.
400,000 that the
Not
rec
supplied.
himself admitted. We played the tape here last week. The rec admitted that INEC headquarters had not sent 400,000 plus to them. You know, so this is not the fault of anybody but INEC. This is not the fault of anybody but INEC, and INEC has had 4 years to prepare for this election. So this is an unacceptable situation. Look, if this were to happen in America or somewhere, somebody will pay for this. You know, that's why what our friend Tony always says, that somebody needs to pay for this kind of behavior. That you now, people who feel like voting, you're exercising their civic responsibilities, you just, based on your own, because of your own incompetence, you make it impossible for them to be able to vote in this election. It's a very, very bad thing. It's unacceptable, and I hope, and it's my wish that before the expiration of this latest extension, that INEC will be able to put its house in order and allow our people to vote. You see, what this tells you is, what if this election had taken place
That
on
was
April 14th?
exactly what I wanted to ask Eshomoma.
should have admitted that it was
As
not
at
ready.
that time, it was, as at that time, Ogun State, I was told, was 33% collection rates.
Now between
If the election had taken place, April,
33%.
yes.
And now just 44%.
So out of 1.8 million people, less than 500,000 people would have decided who becomes the next governor of Ogun State, and a sizable proportion would have been disenfranchised.
Let's do the arithmetic. As at that time, 33%, now about 44%, just 10% improvement. And it's about 2 weeks. Now you just have another 2 weeks extension. Now, how are you going to have that level of increment in the level of collection? I think INEC will definitely, Professor Jega will need to put up a very, very strategic strategy for Ogun State at this material time, because I think it is totally unacceptable for the people of Ogun State. Just about 900,000 permanent voter card are missed, and we have an election in 2 weeks' time.
And it's meant to be a
You know this.
participatory
Let me
democracy.
just chip this in. You know the biggest problem I have with INEC is the lies that it continues to tell our people. I was watching a TV station this morning, and the INEC spokesman or the spokesman of the INEC chairman, was talking about Ogun State, and he was lying through his teeth that the people refuse to go and pick their PVCs, that there is no law that compels people to go and pick their PVCs. So, meaning that he effectively heaped the blame on our people. But for us, when we were listening last week, when the rec of Ogun State was speaking last week, and we listened attentively to him, we heard him say that more than 400,000 cards were yet to be sent.
Can't you get that?
Can't
you get that interview
that,
so that people will hear him again?
Million.
Yes, no, but is it the first time that they will lie to us? Did they not lie to us that all the cards meant for the election had arrived in Nigeria on this program?
That had even left the
You think it's strange to me that he lied again? It's not strange to me.
I think there's a way they used to cover, to make up for their inadequacies, and the best thing they can do is to paint
to blame other people.
Sometimes I wonder, are there some forces, maybe some big forces that are working against the interests of Ogun people? Because I'm tempted to ask this, maybe there are some people somewhere that are...
That's exactly where I'm going.
It's Nigeria, where Nigeria.
Especially because of that.
You can't rule out anything.
Yes, that Ogun State thing is something that should agitate the minds of Nigerians.
To worry people.
Let me tell you one thing. Like Kazim mentioned, those places he mentioned that for local government, I live in one of those areas. And like I always tell people, we registered. And INEC said the whole of that community, over 200,000 voters. 200,000. And that is the risk now, that these people stand the risk of not taking part in that election. There was a time they were agitated, but these days they have lost interest. They don't even talk about it again. They don't count themselves as being part of the 2015 elections. That's why you don't see much of political activities going on in the whole of that area.
So politicians
because the thing has dawned on them that they
don't have candidate.
They don't have. I am telling you.
So don't waste your money. Don't waste your time.
Yes. So, but like Jide said, which we have always been saying, it shouldn't just be after the elections. Result will be announced. Everybody goes to pursue. Either you go to court for election petition tribunal. There's the need for us to take a look back, so that we don't need to experience this thing again in 2019. And if care is not taken, God preserving our lives, we will still come here in 2019 to discuss the same problem. Somebody needs to pay dearly for these lapses. It must happen.
At this junction, let me take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about INEC simulation in 12 states last Saturday. Don't go away.